Unleash the beast this college tailgate season with Monster Energy. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet. Monster Energy, unleash the beast. I wonder if they do Monster Energy on their sailgating in Seattle.
Ooh.
That's what makes the Husky tailgating unique. Sean, you a big boat guy?
I wouldn't consider myself a big boat guy at all. No, I don't own a boat. I don't spend much time on boats. I do enjoy a boat, but I wouldn't be a boat guy.
Cody, you seem like someone that loves lakes.
I did growing up a little bit. I'd wakeboard with some of my former teammates back in middle school, high school days, but no, not since then.
We're joined now by Keely Orr for our weekly football roundtable. Did you want to give a boat take?
Yeah, my mom always says, don't own a boat, know someone who owns a boat.
I like that.
Wait,
That's a
what,
great
I want to
call.
go back.
Boats are
Why
bad.
do I seem like a boat guy, though?
You seem like a lake guy.
A lake
Bakersfield.
guy. Why, oh, okay. Was that a jab at Bakersfield there?
Just
We got
in general.
Lake Mean, Buena Vista
You
back
just-
there.
You just give out lake vibes.
Okay.
That's all. Keely Orr
Yes.
joins us now.
Hello.
Does feel like a while ago that this team played. If I had to bet, we won't be telling a lot of stories about this Rutgers game at the end of the season. It doesn't feel like the most memorable moment, but was there something that you took away? It just kind of felt like the game the team needed. They needed to get back in the win column and turn the page, and now we've got 4 pretty interesting games to end the season.
Yeah, I was going to say, in a lot of ways, it was just what the doctor ordered. I was even interested to see how many fans were going to show up, given the traffic palooza that was Friday. But I thought it was a great crowd
I
as
thought
well.
it was all right.
It was a great crowd. I thought it was spirited.
Did you see that I became the face of pity? Did you see this?
No.
Sporting News ran an article, and I somehow they used my picture, and it says pitiful USC crowd,
Oh, man.
and it's my photo.
That is incredible. I mean,
How did that happen?
you were pretty sad on
I also
Friday.
didn't think
Your
that-
mic didn't work.
Well,
the Yankees
that's
lost.
Fine. I understand being the voice of pity. I'm just wondering why they had to lump in the crowd. I thought the crowd was pretty good.
No, I thought so too. I thought it was a spirited crowd. I felt like the real ones, if that makes
Yes.
sense. And
the people that showed up were rowdy, and I hate to tell you, people, Game 1 of the World Series, kind of a big deal. Lakers were playing down the street, kind of a big deal. This is a different kind of town.
yeah, no, but regardless, they still showed up. Anyway,
And why use my photo? I wasn't even named in the article. Not even mentioned in the article. You don't want to talk about this.
name,
stuff, Sean?
image, and likeness,
I mean, all press is good press, Jordan. You went viral.
True.
bud.
Hey, man,
Good
Very
job.
true.
It's not a terrible photo.
says
I'm
the
okay
man
with
in
it.
a hot dog costume. But in many ways, it was what the doctor ordered. I thought Woody Marks continues to be the MVP of this offense. 3 touchdowns on the night. And just the resolve of this defense. We previewed in the Trojan Tailgate show, 4 out of the 5 starters in the secondary were going to be out. What does that mean for this USC defense? But it felt like the guys who were in there not only took pride in their reps, but it was a great experience for the future of this USC defense. So all around, I thought it was a good showing and what they needed to turn around this 3-game streak.
I think the biggest moment, that was my first question, or maybe my second question to Lincoln, was the third down where they got within a score, or this third quarter where they got within a
Yeah.
score. We've seen that game fumbled away multiple times this
Yeah.
year. Obviously, it's Rutgers. We're not pretending like it was some big, giant juggernaut, but they came back. They had a playmaker. Mekhi Lemon turned into a playmaker, made a big play. Defense goes 3 and out, and they finished that game off strong. And I think that's the moment you can look back on and say, hey, look, we figured out how to do it right here, because up until this point, we let those games slip between our fingers. And that was a game where, look, right here, this is where it happened.
Yeah, and the biggest thing for me, and I talked to Coach Riley a little bit about this during the commercial break earlier, but you're flying back across the country. You're coming off of 3 losses in a row. Now you have a short week. You have a lot of players out, especially on the defensive side of the football. It would have been very easy for this football team to just lay down, right, and just go out there and not be motivated, not be excited. But they did the exact opposite. I thought this was a very dominant performance. I was very excited how the offense played, right, and we talked about the defense with the younger guys having to step up. But offensively, it was a very complete football game. Woody Marks, I agree, continues to be the MVP of this team. I thought Miller played his most complete game, and it was great to see, and I think that's great momentum going into these last 4 games of the season.
Now it's time to get a road win. I mean, this team obviously has a win away from home, that incredible neutral site win over LSU to start the season, but they technically don't have a Big Ten road win yet. Now they'll face at Washington and at UCLA as their last 2 chances, so these are Pacific time zone games, and certainly something that they should be a little bit more comfortable with. What do you think is the key to getting on the mark here this week?
Cody, you take it away first.
Well, I mean, I think the most important thing, and you've got to, obviously bring it up, is we're not traveling across the country, right? We get to stay on the West Coast. We get to stay in our own time zone. And as a player, that can be tough. And Sean knows that. I mean, when you travel across the country, and you don't want to make excuses, but when you have your schedule changed like that, when you get away from doing meetings in your own locker room or in your own meeting rooms, in your own facilities, it can be difficult. But overall, you just got to go out there and dominate, right? And I think what we did on offense on Friday was so important going forward because we talked about starting fast, right? 4 drives in the first half, all finished in the end zone, but you've got to keep that up. We want to see a complete game, and this was the closest to a complete game that we've seen from this football team, and that's something you've got to build off of on the road.
You got to go after this team early. I think they're reeling a little bit. Last 2 losses kind of got beat up a little bit, and you just got to get out there, I think, and start fast and feel confident on the road as opposed to starting slow and trying to figure it out in the second half.
Somewhat familiar territory. I know it's not for this coaching staff, but I feel like it's like kind of the remnants of Pac-12. Go back there. You're comfortable. You're in the same time zone. Take care of business.
Looking forward to it. USC versus Washington, Saturday, 4:30 kick. We will go on at 2:30 across the USC Trojans Media Network. One final segment to come at Trojans Live on a Monday night. That's next. One final segment of Trojans Live on a Monday night. We got to get out of here. Start watching the World Series. I think we've sort of lost Sean generally, but he is.
What do you mean? I'm a Dodger dog.
That's right.
ready.
You decided at the last second here that your costume is actually a Dodger dog. Ties in nicely. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody, Cody Kessler, Keeley Yore. Our over-under is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC Athletics. All right, it's a question, guys. Who will lead the team in catches this season? Current leaderboard. Woody Marks has 30 catches. Zachariah Branch and Jacoby Lane, 29 apiece. Kyron Hudson, 26. Makai Lemon, 25. So you've got 5 players within 5 catches. Which one of them will finish the season with the most?
Woody Marks. I think my answer is Woody Marks.
Yeah, I'm going Makai Lemon just with how he's been playing the last 3 games. I think he's going to keep it up.
Ticking up.
Yeah, Makai Lemon. I talked to Miller Moss after the game, and he said it's really nice having Makai back healthy and that he's really emerging. So I will go with Lemon.
I know where Jordan's going with this because
you guys just love recency bias.
who are you going to say?
Yeah, we do.
And why is it Jacoby Lane?
Jacoby Lane?
I know. I've been very high on Jacoby as well, but
So,
I mean,
yeah.
it's
That's why you asked Coach that question. He wanted to know where he was.
No, I asked that question because it does seem like it's intentional the way that they're playing. I mean, and I was going to ask you, Cody. I don't know how much time do we have, Rick? 35 seconds. Yeah, if you have 20 seconds to answer.
Challenge
something.
accepted. Hit me.
Did you like having? Here's my guy, or did you prefer
Listen to the
throw
Victory
open guy?
podcast.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I loved having my guy. But
Love
at
the
the same time, you've got to have other players that can step up. Absolutely. But in those crunch moments, I had to know where 15 was. Nelson Aguilar. I had
It
to
was
know
a
where
little
Marquise Lee
predictable.
was.
I remember
It-
having
it was-
conversations at the time, being like, I know where
Juju.
Cody's going.
Juju.
But for good reason. I mean, he still had 15 catches in some of these games. It's just you got to be able to cover them. If they do, then you have another guy step up.
We will talk to you next on Saturday, USC versus Washington. Thank you to everyone involved with putting on Trojans Live. For Sean, Cody, Keeley, happy
Hot dog.
Halloween. I'm Jordan Moore. Fight on.